Keep on.
Who knew he could look more surprised than he already does?
Even more.
I know. Arched
astonished.
eyebrows. He had to really arch those brows.
I have some things to talk to you about in this episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do you think people don't use the word astonishing anymore?
The Matt Hadley conversations are the best.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
As long as you guys don't talk about TV shows we haven't watched before.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then Frasier's off.
Hey, I give you guys.
Watch their
if you
Frasier
didn't do
episode?
your homework, that's not my fault.
I did. I watched them. I watched them last night.
Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome. See, I'm a rule follower.
Kay and I watched one today.
Yes, the bar mitzvah one.
Yeah.
Star Mitzvah.
Star Mitzvah.
That's the less
Star
good
Mitzvah.
of the two.
Yeah, the Patrick Stewart one is better.
You made a grave error.
Well, you know.
How
Time
could you have
is-
known?
How were they
Time
listed
is
on the whole?
limited.
There was no way to know.
I went by air date.
Sean does everything by air date.
Also, I downloaded the
Classic.
new Lego game, so sorry, Frasier, you lost to the Lego game.
I'm sure there's a lot of Frasier
It's
references
a
in the
DC
Lego.
villains where you play as all the DC bad guys.
Yeah.
But then the Injustice League shows up, and so they're like even worse than the DC villains. So the villains are kind of become heroes eventually.
Right. They have to defend. I see.
Yeah, they
That
have
sounds
to,
fun.
Yeah, and they actually have to save the Justice League.
I
so.
love those.
I think there's a Frasier
I love
episode
those Lego
exactly like
games.
that.
There's a Frasier
Where
episode
there's
about
a
everything.
bad version
Frasier
of
is on
Frasier.
Netflix. We could watch it right now.
We
Oh
could.
my god. Let's just pretend we were watching Star Trek and watch Frasier and be like, nobody would know.
Yeah, but you have to be able to hear Frasier.
Oh.
Don't have to hear Star Trek.
That's true.
You know.
Wow.
When you have faces like that.
All right.
This is very. This really is Star Warped After Dark. Sean.
Yes, I know.
It's a little sexy in here.
I don't know. Sometimes I think there's nothing darker
for all
than an
the
autumn
toys.
evening, even though I know technically winter would be darker sooner.
It was pretty gloomy.
There's something
driving
about
over here,
fall nights.
Yeah,
Man.
actually
The
got
marine
cold.
layer.
Maybe
rolled
because
in.
I don't know.
Yeah, we went
Something about
from
fall nights
it
that I think
being
are
90
dark.
degrees in the
It was
valley
90 degrees in the valley. It
to
was
68.
It's cold here. It was foggy this morning.
It was crazy. It was hot as fuck in the valley today.
Did you tell them about your car accident?
Oh.
Yeah, I got
okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. My car is going to die, I think. So
From the accident?
yeah, it drives fine. I mean, I took it to get it assessed, and they basically said, "Yeah,
Better to get a new car.
you can't fix that. Just total it."
Well, it did its job.
So
It
I think I
protected
might
you.
actually make a profit on the endeavor too, because if I can get back more than $5,000 for the car,
All right.
That's good.
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. As long as if I can get back what I paid for it.
So,
It'd be
so
perfect.
tell us about this accident. How was it there?
I got T-boned by a car pulling out of a Ralph's parking lot onto the street.
Typical
Didn't
Ralph's
see me.
clientele, I think.
And I take that, it's like a right turn.
Regular Ralph's or fresh fare? What are
Everyone
we
knows
talking about?
Ralph's customers are not trustworthy
I
drivers.
believe it's a fresh fare.
Ironically, he had
And
bought
ironically, the
T-bones.
driver's name was Ralph.
And he just bought T-bones.
What was
so
awesome
I think it
was
all.
his
ironies abound.
I found his license plate jammed into my front passenger side wheel well.
Did he take off?
No.
Okay, I thought he was.
No,
that would have been like a
his
Agatha
car
Christie.
That'd be an
his
excellent
car
clue.
wasn't drivable.
Wow.
Wow, he hit you pretty hard.
Oh yeah,
For somebody who's
No,
coming out
that's
of a
what I
parking
mean.
lot.
You didn't really see
Was
the
it a-
damage, but like
I just saw that the door was banged in.
it's banged in. If you looked at it, it wouldn't look that bad. But they said they're like, yeah, that looks like they bent. Like
The frame is bent.
one
Then
of
they.
the frame is bent.
Yeah.
So, even though it's not that bad on my car,
Was it a bigger car?
no, it's a littler car.
Wow.
That's why they got the brunt of it. It tore up their entire front because they sort of slid underneath my car. But yeah.
Feel after that.
I was fine. He was fine. I didn't care. I knew it wasn't my fault.
Did you feel the like jittery? Like
Not really.
accident?
We're getting into a dark place here. Let's
that's-
roll the footage.
That's the real sad part is we can't even get people who know and love us to listen to this. Forget about fucking.
There are 40 very avid listeners.
no, yeah.
40. Huh, that's a good
Right now.
number.
Can you do like that 50 Nifty song?
And so that means there's some two-step away that listen to it.
Well, because we don't know 40.
Probably have
Exactly.
long commutes.
We don't know 40 people.
I think between us, we probably do know 40 people.
Well, it's probably
Nah.
No,
contributing more
or
than
like
not. We don't
They'll
know 40
recognize
people.
you
We don't know 40
from an
people well
improv
enough
show,
that we can
no.
convince them to listen to our podcast.
Correct.
So there's got to be a couple of two-steppers. Someone who knows someone.
This is the saddest introduction I've ever heard. I'm learning a lot about myself. And
Well, you turned the lights off. It just got dark in here,
I know,
man.
the-
What are you gonna do?
the power of
This
our
is what
person-
happens when people stop being. What was the real world?
stop being nice.
Stop being
and
polite, start getting
being
real.
Oh,
Yes,
start
sir.
getting real.
It's the real world
Yeah.
warped edition.
True stories.
Yeah, that's right.
7 people
1, 2, 3,
living in a
of
house.
6 people.
7 people.
6 people in a
6
man
people.
cave watching
Star
Star Trek
Trek.
episodes.
Things stop getting polite.
Did you watch the combo back to back with Road Rules?
Yes.
Real world road rules / road rules. I was not as much into
I was
world
not a-
rules.
I was not
I was
a-
really
I
into
loved
the
Real
first
World.
Real World.
I loved Real World, but I did
Yeah.
not. I was never really into road
Yeah.
rules
I like the
because it was
city.
too gimmicky. You know, they had to do challenges and
Yeah.
shit. I didn't care about
Yeah.
that.
It was early Amazing Race Top
It
Chef
was.
reality competition.
It was the Amazing Race before the Amazing
I don't
Race.
watch
Yeah.
any of those.
Was the first one the San Francisco? In San Francisco?
First Real World?
Yeah.
The first Real World was in New York.
New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
The second season was in LA, and one of the people who was on it went to UCLA, and we used to see him around campus. Like
Which one?
it was this blonde dude who was like he looked like
Yeah.
if you imagine a stereotypical frat boy,
Yeah,
he looked
I remember
like
that.
that.
In the LA one, that was when the guy got kicked
Chad,
out.
I think his name might have been Chad even. Like,
Chad.
My favorite was the first one though.
and he we used to see him around
That-
campus with cameras following him around.
I gotta
good.
say,
Shooting the Real World.
the first Real World was my first true like vision at how fucked up African American life was in this country.
All right.
when
Go
Kevin
on.
and Julie went
Go
head to head
on.
in the
Well, when
on the
the
street.
when the black guy was just balling out the Southern chick,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Julie and Kevin
Julie and
on the
Kevin.
street
and
talking
it was just
And they
like
in
kicked
each
him
other's
out. Didn't
space.
they kick him out?
No, they kicked out the guy in the second season
Oh, okay.
because he was kind of being too sexual.
He was
with
being
the,
too aggressive
the
to
gal.
the girls.
Yeah, he got kicked out.
I mean,
The
I could
third
go
season
on.
was in San Francisco. That's the
Correct.
one with Pedro,
Pedro.
and Puck.
Yeah.
That's the one everybody remembers.
I remember the first one. I remember Julie and Eric's sexual chemistry.
I was way into that show. I have to be. I cannot tell a lie.
all right.
Oh. All right, we'll go back to
Should we-
Frasier chat starring Sean.
You know what I don't like about this is that I can't look over at Jake and make eye contact and be like
Yeah.
I can't share a moment across the room with Jake like I usually like to do.
The besties.
It's too dark in here.
That's right. Did you notice that joke that I just said? Yes.
Yes, I did, you clever boy.
Acknowledge here.
Nobody else may have heard it, but I did.
you'll just have to feel the validation within yourself.
Feel the love.
That's not.
Yeah,
gonna
that's never
work.
worked for me in the past.
Challenge not accepted. Not accepted.
All right, let's get this baby going.
All right.
Let's get out there in space.
Also a great musical. I've ever seen the movie The Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. I think I have it. We could watch it.
Apple's a
movie ever.
musical? I have not heard of that.
I've heard of it. I haven't
I'll have
seen
to fish
it.
out the DVD
Maybe we
for
should
you,
watch
girl.
that
It's pretty
for,
good.
We'll talk
We
about.
still
Let's
have a
talk about
DVD
it.
player.
Start the show.
Okay, all right, here we
We'll
go.
talk about.
Welcome back to another